Hello Leo, and welcome to your reading today. This is a reading for Leos who are Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp energy of Leo. If you don't know where those placements are, Leo, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check that out for yourselves. It always helps to have a bigger, broader picture of what's going on. Particularly, I would recommend the Venus energy at this time, because this is a love reading. It is for you and the person that you have the strongest energetic heart connection with. And that doesn't have to be, let me say, an intimate relationship as such. It can be somebody who you have a intellectual relationship with, a spiritual relationship, a physical relationship, or it can be a sexual relationship. It can be all of the above, but it's for somebody who you have that strongest heart energetic feeling with, family member or friend. So the reading is set out. Before I forget, actually, I will say as well that I will be doing it with 2 decks of cards. So if you haven't been to my channel before, welcome and thank you for coming here to check it out. The deck of cards that I will be using for you, Leo, is this deck of cards, and the cross watchers, or the person that you have this energetic heart connection with, I will be using this deck of cards. So the reading itself is laid out in 3 sets of 3. So the top 3 is your past. It can be recent past, it can be as far back as childhood, depending on your age of course, or it can be just an energy that is connected to you still, something that you are still energetically manifesting, which is creating your present energy, which it's then going on to create your future energy. So it's 3 sets of 3 rows. I also have taken 1 card from one of my other tarot decks, which is this particular deck, the Goddess Tarot, and today, for kind of an overall picture of the energies that is going on between you and this other person, Leo, we have the Prince of Cups in reverse. Now the Prince of Cups is also the Page of Cups, so it's a young energy. It's an energy that is learning, it's growing. But when it's in reverse, it's also, for me, a sign of healing from something that hasn't worked out, or something that has been a painful experience. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a situation that's over. It just means that at this time you may have withdrawn from the situation. You may not be feeling as though your needs are being met here. I tend to liken it a bit to a wounded animal that will, once it's hurt, it will go off and kind of like hide away for a bit, heal itself, heal its wounds before it comes back out. An animal in the wild. But you also have at the bottom of the deck here the Princess of Cups as well. And the Princess of Cups, for me, I mean, it's interesting because it's both the Page and the Princess, or the Knight as they're also known. She is, if you see here, he's holding this cup and she's drinking from this cup. So it could be that you have been through a time where you did allow yourself to drink from the cup that was offered to you here. Somebody offered you this cup of love and you took it willingly, and you were hoping for growth out of it. You were hoping to learn, to expand on an emotional level. But because the Page of Cups is in reverse, it feels as though it was kind of like more of a backward step rather than a step into the kind of more mature energies of the Queen and the King. But the first card that we actually have for you, Leo, in the reading itself is the Ten of Cups. So you literally are going from the 10, you've got the 10, the prince and the princess here. So that's a lot of emotional input with the 10 starting off the reading, and the 10 was up the right way as well. So it feels as though, sorry, you can get that to sit there. It feels as though there was something that was very fulfilling for you here. Something that on an emotional level you felt you were in the right place with the right person, doing the right thing at the right time. And it was all very fulfilling. It was all flowing nicely. It made you feel good. It made you feel happy. There's a sense of kind of pure joy and blissfulness here. But after the 10 of water, we have the Hangman. And so the Hangman is kind of saying that it went from this situation into a situation here of you maybe feeling left out of something, maybe feeling as though you'd been pushed out of something. But something made you, I feel, retreat, especially with this Prince of Cups in reverse as well, like a retreating energy. Hangman is all about trying to find perspective, trying to see the bigger picture, trying to understand on a deeper level what happened, what was it all about. Just a sense of kind of hanging there. It could have even been a sense of you feeling as though you'd kind of given up your own sense of identity here, Leo. And you were kind of left hanging, literally. It's a feeling of being in like a limbo, like not knowing really what's going on around you, but also willingly have to give something up. And when it's upright, it feels as though that was the energy. There was an energy of willingly letting something go, releasing something, letting something be, just kind of removing your energy from it. Whatever it was, you decided you were going to remove your energy from it, from this. Which it feels like it was a big step for you, Leo, because that's quite a leap from the 10 of Cups to the Hangman. There's a lot of kind of like a big leap, a big kind of having to trust the energy that you were in at the time and trust that it was the right thing to do. The Hangman is a major arcana card. So it feels as though you kind of went along with that energy. And after the Hangman, we have the 7 of Air. And the 7 of Air can be seen as a deceptive energy, but for me today it's coming through with more of a kind of dream kind of quality, a dream like daydreaming or reflection. There's a sense of again that kind of backward step or taking yourself out of the picture. And I think the deception, because I think that there is some deception in this card, but I don't think it's kind of like it's not being deliberately deceptive about something, although for some of you Leos it could be. It could be that you're keeping things away from somebody because you feel that they don't deserve to know. But it feels more like a sense of you still kind of coming to terms with your own issues or problems. It's kind of like all these geese here kind of, and these different birds. She's surrounded by all these different birds, and today it's coming through as this sense of all of these being something that you're having to deal with, or you did have to deal with, Leo. Like after this hangman energy here, kind of suddenly realizing that there was a lot of things that you hadn't recognized or been aware of. It's kind of different aspects of your own personality is how I'm seeing it coming through. But also wanting to yeah, just this kind of daydreaming energy, this possibly fantasizing energy. But it feels like there's a stillness in this card today as well. Like even though you were surrounded by all this noise maybe, or people demanding your attention, you were kind of, there was a stillness, there was something that you were kind of feels like connected to this knowing, almost like stepping out of this energy and kind of seeing everything or seeing the world differently to how you'd seen it before, and maybe not feeling as though you belonged within that scenario anymore. So after that we have it as your present energy, where you are coming into this energy here, the World card, which is endings and beginnings, ending of a cycle, something finishing, something aligning up for you. And it's interesting because if you look at the hangman, it's like he's hanging over this world, and I'm seeing this here as also this energy here which has got like this keyhole. It's almost like finding this realization of like you unlocking your world, like that you have that key, which is also something to do with this energy here as well. And maybe that's why you feel as though you didn't fit in anymore, that you weren't in that right, sorry, very itchy nose, you weren't in that right place for you to be, Leo. Because it's like a new start, something ending, some ending of a cycle here. But it also feels like an ending of you as you were. A kind of realization, if you like, that you are more than just the kind of sum of your parts. It could also have something to do with this Ten of Water energy as well, of kind of finding your happiness within yourself, realizing that looking outside for that is not making you feel good. Or again, there's different aspects here that you need to work with for some of you Leos. But in the center of the reading, which for me the center card is always the most important energy, because I feel like it's the energy where it kind of emanates out and goes back in again, we have the Ace of Earth, which also has this kind of circle here, this gold circle. I don't know if you can see that very well in the camera. But the Ace of Earth is a card of opportunity, of something new. So coming straight after the World card here, it's like this opportunity is coming, or you're in it now, or it has arrived, it's happening. You may be aware of this. That there's this new growth calling you, this new understanding. But Pentacles is all about the environment. It's all about the physical realm, the material realm. It can be to do with money, but it can also be to do with well-being as well, taking care of yourself perhaps as well. But it's something new that's entering your life as this finishes, as this closes out, which may have taken some time to do because of the Hangman energy as well, like having to be ready, which is what I feel that this is kind of saying down here. It's almost like this today's looking like a sundial in a way, like it's lit up here. It's kind of pointing the way, it's pointing the direction here. So it's saying if there's a new opportunity that is coming to your life for growth, for you to kind of come out of this energy, to let that go, to release it, because it's no longer who you are. You've outgrown that. It's time for you to move forward, to move on to better things, bigger and better things. Because we also have the 8 of Fire at the end of this, which is what I feel is where you're heading. You're heading to this kind of new destination. You're being called to something, again, it feels like something bigger, something greater. The 8 of Wands can also be to do with communication. But I also see it as an energy of just kind of going with where you're supposed to be going, like following that direction. Life's good. There's no need to kind of rush things or upset the apple cart. It's kind of just going with the flow. Seeing where it's going to take you. Because it feels as well that something has been illuminated. You've got all these lanterns above here as well. And it feels as though each of these is kind of like an idea or a kind of like lighting your path. It's kind of like following the signs, maybe. Knowing that where you're going is being kind of shown to you. As I was saying, this kind of like a clock or a compass, possibly like a sundial, but also maybe a compass as well. That you're in the right direction, follow that direction. Because then we have as your first card for your future the Seven of Fire. And she's coming after the kind of the Eight of Fire, but it's almost like reaching this destination, getting to this point of kind of, again with these fireflies as well, kind of leading you, kind of like bringing you to where you need to be, and recognizes that you are kind of beyond where you were in a sense. It's like he's up on this rock, he's ready to take this leap, it feels like. This unicorn, this kind of unique creature. Which is even possibly kind of because it's saddled, but there's nobody riding it, so there's either a sense of freedom here or a sense of kind of waiting for somebody to get on board so you can take that leap, Leo. It's a bit like a mini Fool card for me today, this Seven of Fire. And it comes with the Three of Earth. So it could be that you've reached this point kind of no return. Is kind of how it's feeling. Like you can't go back again. And you kind of know that. You know that you can't go back because that cycle has finished, it's ended, it's closed out. You did what you had to do. And for some of you, this could literally be moving, like physically actually moving elsewhere, moving on, taking yourself elsewhere into a different country or just a different place. Because it feels as though there is this kind of no going back energy. But with the Three of Earth, it's coming forward as today a sense of, it is a sense of you looking back. Here, she's got her hand on top, like over her eyes, like you do if you're kind of like trying to get the glare of the sun out of your face or something. And she is kind of, it feels like looking back, not actually stepping back, not going back, because she's in this kind of fixed statue kind of energy, but almost like waiting for the right time before you take that leap, waiting to see if anybody's following you, or it just feels like this sense of kind of almost like like a final look, like a final goodbye in a way, before you do take that leap. And this is the energy that's coming into your future. And after this we have the Star card here. The Star card being a card of faith and hope. Destiny calling. It's It's also a healing energy as well. It's kind of seeing the connection with everything, kind of realizing that everything that you have done in the past was all leading up to this kind of new start, new beginning. This movement forward, taking you, it does feel like for some of you, even taking you overseas, somewhere else, literally, to another country. Like something has got like a new journey, like kind of following the star, following your star, trusting that star, trusting your destiny, trusting your destination, trusting that you know what you're doing. Is how it's coming through. So let's see, and we have at the bottom we have the messenger of fire here as well, and the messenger of fire can be an energy of exploration, of kind of again it kind of looks, it's similar for me, it's got this kind of similar feel of kind of like that last glance back. Last glance back to see whether or not, and underneath that we have the two of water in reverse as well. Wow, there's a lot of water cards all together here actually. Under the two of water, the king of water, the six of water, the messenger of water, and the wheel of fortune. So it feels as though there is like a release of something here. Like something being, you are moving forward, you are leaving something behind. You may be reluctant to do so, Leo, but it is something that you're, it's like you've got your sense of identity back with the messenger of fire. It's very much the Leo energy, Sagittarius, Aries, but it's that kind of dynamic, action orientated, doing energy. Kind of once your mind's made up, then that's it. It's kind of like, I'm not going to stop this, I'm not going to I'm not going to halt this, is what's coming through in a way. I'm not going to stop it, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to just follow my star, follow my destiny. So let's see for this person. For the person you have this energetic heart connection with, Leo, which is probably and quite likely why you're kind of looking backward here to see whether or not this person is reaching out to you or is following you or is still connected with you enough to want to do anything about this. Because I feel as well with the Hangman energy, the connection, it's kind of like you are aware that there is still this connection there. And we have 3 of Cups over the top of the 10 of Water for you here. So this person also did find joy and happiness here. But they could also have been it's not discontent, and it's like there could have been, and I hesitate to say third party because that gets thrown about a lot, I feel, but it could have felt that there was more than just 2 people or 2 energies involved in this connection for this person. And it doesn't necessarily mean that either of you were having an affair with somebody else. It could be that there was past energies that were still connected to this. That felt like you weren't the only one in the relationship, like it wasn't just the 2 of you, like there was another energy that was in the middle. It could have been an ex-partner. A friend who had problems with the relationship. Because we have the King of Rods and the 8 of Swords. So this person had some problems. It feels like the King of Rods in reverse. It's that fire energy again. So you could be dealing with another fire sign here, Leo. But it could have been that this person was not happy, or like they expected more, or they wanted more, like they felt that you couldn't give them what they needed, and that they were trapped. I'm not saying that that's how it is, because with the 8 of Swords it's all about our own thoughts that trap us and stop us from moving forward, because with the 8 you are actually able to kind of just walk away, step outside of that, of all those swords. If you see those swords that are kind of surrounding this person here, that's kind of stuck, but it's a self-imprisonment. So they were imprisoning themselves by their own actions, by their own thoughts, but it could well have been because they weren't content with what you were, how can I put it, what you were able to give them. Like they felt as though you couldn't give them your all here, Leo, that there was maybe distractions demanding your attention and kind of taking away from that happiness, because this is over the top of the Hangman energy as well. So they could have felt that you were literally kind of turning away from this, or that you were not willing or able to sustain this drive and this passion. or even that you were looking elsewhere, that you weren't happy with who they were. But a lot of this is in their own head. It's like the person blindfold here as well. So they're not seeing clearly. They're not seeing the truth or the reality of the matter, because it's actually, they're blindfolded. So they're actually just stuck in their head, literally stuck in their head. And all they can see is what's going on in their own head, in their own mind, in their own thought patterns. And that can boil down to their own past as well. There could be trust issues here. This person may have not trusted your actions, Leo. And that may well have been kind of what drove this hangman energy to step in. And for you to take a backward step here, or to move away from the energy. But it could also be because of this person's perspective of you, how they viewed you, Leo, as being somebody who they couldn't trust as well, that it kind of made that even bigger. It made it a reality in a way. It became true. Because we have the Five of Pentacles and the King of Swords here as well. And the Five of Pentacles is very much about being left out in the cold. Which could also, as I was saying, this Seven of Air can also be a deceptive energy, where you're not kind of giving somebody the truth about something, keeping your cards close to your chest. But there was definitely an energy of coldness, of just kind of, especially with the King of Swords in reverse here. It's like definite lack of communication, definite lack of anything. And it could have been this person towards you, Leo. Or this could be you towards this person. It could be both of you that turned cold and harsh and frigid and on each other. Unforgiving is what I'm getting here. Unforgiving. There's a very strong element of unforgiving. Of not wanting to see the truth, accept the truth. But I also feel as well with these two kings that this kind of, whatever this was about, which I feel was this person's own issues and lack of trust in you, kind of turned you this way. You lost all that vitality and that kind of like, because you knew that you were being fair and honest. But all this person could see was this. Not able to trust. So you became, it's almost like you became what they saw, or what they thought you were, or how they believed you were being. You kind of became that energy. or they became that energy. But something was very cold, very harsh. It went from something that was very loving and very giving and happy to something that was very harsh, cold. Painful. A lot of suffering. So let's see why the world is here for the person that you have this energetic heart connection with, Leo. They have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So I feel as though this person is kind of seeing you changing, moving on, of kind of things aligning for you. You're ending something, beginning something. And this could just be on an energetic level if they're no longer in your life, if you've no longer got any connection with them, a physical connection with this person. But there's an energy with the 6 of Swords of this person doesn't want to move forward or doesn't want you to move forward. They are not wanting to get into that boat. It's almost like the boat's on the shore and they're still standing on the shore, refusing to get into the boat, refusing to move forward. Maybe this person feels that things haven't been resolved here, that there hasn't been closure, there hasn't been an ending for them, that things haven't resolved, and that they're stubbornly, because we also have the 8 of Swords, as I was saying here, in their own head, still kind of caught up in that energy, still stuck in that same place, refusing to move beyond it. And possibly not wanting you to do the same. So, Ace of Earth. Why do we have the Ace of Earth here for Leo? Please source it all. Oh, that's literally just turned around. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, 10 of Rods, 10 of Wands. As you are moving into this new opportunity, Leo, this person here is still carrying that burden from this past energy. They're still not wanting to put it down. They're still, I feel as though they feel as though something has not been resolved here. As though there hasn't been that closure. They can't put this down yet. They're still carrying it with them. They're not able to let it go. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how much it hurts to kind of keep walking forward with it, at this point, everything can change, but at this point, they're still kind of stubbornly holding on tightly. And it feels as though they've still got something to learn from this, Leo. There's still something that they have to learn before they can put this down, before they can have their new beginning. because the sun's also feels like it's setting here in the background, like another day, and this castle is just ahead, so it's almost like with the 6 here as well. It's like if they get in this boat, if they just kind of allowed themselves to move forward and get out of this difficulty, get away from this struggle and this kind of stormy waters, if you like, they would be able to just release those burdens, but they're very stuck. That's interesting as well. I've never seen that before, but if you look at those swords, it's almost like snakes are wrapped around each one of them. And it feels like they're not able to shed that, like a snake sheds its skin. It's like they're not able to do that at this time. Again, they could also be deceiving themselves. A snake can be seen as being like a deceiving energy. I'm getting that image, I'm getting the kind of Jungle Book snake, like trust in me kind of is coming through here. And it may be that this is something that they have that issue with. Again, going back to this trust as I was speaking about here, maybe they did trust you, and maybe they felt that by trusting you it was something that's worked against them. Because the words are trust in me, just in me. And that's what's coming through. But what they are wanting is this sense of balance. They want this sense with the 6 of Pentacles. They want this sense of giving and receiving. Of being able to give and to receive back on an equal level, of being seen as an equal, possibly. Maybe this person didn't feel as though they were seen as an equal, although it is up the right way. And it's over the top of your 8 of Fire, which I feel is you kind of following that destiny, following your path. For them, it could also be a family situation here, something that they're having to balance out. Pentacles doesn't have to be about money though. It can also be, as I was saying, it could be to do with well-being. It could be to do with giving your time, your energy, your effort. So maybe this is what this person is doing. They're putting their time and their energy and their effort more into something that's going to give back to them. as much as they put into it. There is a sense of the Six of Pentacles, that what you put in is what you get out, and that every action has a reaction, and it all has to kind of be balanced out karmically on some level, with the scales there as well. You see these scales are kind of perfectly balanced here. It also talks about kind of coming from a place of being able to give willingly. Of being aware of the abundance in life. Could also be that this person wants this from you or with you, Leo, that they're wanting, they're seeking that balance and equality and equal kind of equal understanding. But we have the Queen of Fire, or the Queen of Rods, that's come out here over the top of the Seven of Fire, which I feel is that energy of you moving forward, of getting to that point of kind of leaping off into the kind of new, unknown, kind of being guided, kind of knowing where you're going. But this person, Queen of Rods, Queen of Fire energy, again, very dynamic, action driven. They're also very loyal as well, the Queen of Rods. Once the Queen of Rods or Wands gives her heart, she finds it very difficult to move on, shall we say. So this person, Leo, of course we've got the King here as well, so you could definitely be connected to somebody who's got a lot of fire in their chart, or somebody who is another fire sign. I feel as though this person could well want to contact you, reach out to you, Leo, connect with you somehow. Because there is a strong magnetic pull here. Another thing about the Queen of Wands is she's very magnetic. She's very... I keep getting the word magnanimous coming into my head. Like people are drawn to her. Very beautiful. Like fun to be around. Life for the party kind of energy. And when she's upright, she's in her power. She's in a place of knowing who she is, what she's capable of, what she can give to a situation. And there's a sense of maturity within that as well. It's interesting as well because she's got a lion and a cat kind of laying at her feet or on her lap, which kind of says to me that, you know, there is two sides to this queen as well. She can be like this lion or lioness, she can be very protective. She can be very like powerful in a way of knowing what she wants, knowing how to get it. But there's also that side of her where she can be very gentle and kind of docile, like a pussycat, kind of loving. And it could be, Leo, that for you, you know, this energy was very like spontaneous and playful, and like with the sunflower here as well. The sunflower, like the sun is always, the sunflower, sorry, always is attracted to the sun, so the sunflower will follow the sun, and you, Leo, are ruled by the sun. So it could also be that either way round, or again, if you're both, if it's two fire sign energies here, then there's going to be a strong, passionate connection. We have the Ace of Swords, and the reason that I'm bringing this up on the bottom is because it was actually on the bottom of the deck earlier. And the Ace of Swords is about understanding things on a new level. It's like leveling up. It's like starting afresh, like a new energy that's come in because it's gone. You've gone beyond that level of understanding. You've reached a new level of seeing things clearly in a new way. And you have the wreath here as well, so it's kind of crowned with wisdom, knowledge. So that's been on the bottom of the deck twice, and you've got the King of Swords up there, of course, as well. He's got his sword kind of brandished there. But it feels as though that sword was more possibly for protection, but it also feels as though it was used in a kind of cutting off, harsh, possibly painful communication. If there was communication, that can be texts or letters or like verbal arguments. When it's up the wrong way, it can also be like really painful truths as well. Like really speaking your mind. So we have the Nine of Cups in reverse here over the top of your Three of Earth, which I see is you kind of taking that kind of that last glance back before you kind of leap into that new energy. And the Nine of Cups is a card of, when it's in reverse, it's a card of disappointment. It's a card of kind of giving up on your hopes and your dreams. Like each one of these cups represents an emotional situation that you've kind of gone through and again could be holding on to. So it could be that this person wants to communicate or reach out to you because they still want to talk about this. They still want to know what went wrong. They still want to know if there is this kind of strong connection here. Why is this Nine of Cups up the wrong way, so to speak? Why are their dreams and their happiness and their wishes not being fulfilled? Particularly if they've decided that you are that person, Leo, that's supposed to be fulfilling or filling up those cups for them. Which could be one of the mistakes that they're making there. Because they do really need to fill up those cups for themselves. Or maybe you, Leo, are wanting them to fill those cups up for you. We have the Five of Swords and the Page of Rods over the top of the star energy here. So there is this conflict. Again, that sword. Competition, wanting to be right, wanting to be the one that's in the right. And then we have this Page of Rods. Who's got this sun necklace around his neck. Page of Wands, Page of Rods, that again, young energy, that energy that wants to learn, to grow, to understand itself. And it feels like it wants to, it's like it wants to try again, it wants to start again, it wants to, it's like it's got this wand in its hand. And it's kind of shouting. Feels as though it's kind of shouting out something. It could be, because I did feel that for some of you Leos, it could be literally that you are moving like away, moving on, possibly to another country, but like following your star, this destination. And it could be that it's going to cause this conflict and this person not being happy about it. It feels as though they're not ready to let that go. Or they're not ready to let you go here, Leo. Like they want another chance, they want a new beginning, they want to reignite something, they want to bring this back to life. They want to give it another chance. Maybe they're apologising here, they're wanting to say sorry. Because of all the conflict and the unhappiness. So, I'm not going to pull any more of those cards. It feels, with the star energy here, it does feel as though on some level it's like you would like to believe this person, but you're not sure if that's the best idea. You're not sure if you can. You're not sure if you should trust them. So it feels as though you're It almost feels as though you've kind of like, you know, like you may feel as though you don't have a choice, that you have to move on, that you have to even though you have kind of maybe come to terms with something here, maybe you have kind of like, you know, that kind of last look back as if to say goodbye to it all before you move forward. There's an interesting difference in the colours here as well. Like this feels a lot more kind of faded, like past energy in a way, like all this background, like confusion, and it's all very hazy. And this is much more defined and much more like, this feels literally like this is the past energy and this is your future energy moving to this new, more, yeah, kind of defined, kind of knowing who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, trusting the process. So let's see what the World Offering Cards advice is here for you, Leo. World Offering card for Leo, please. The person Leo has an energetic connection with, energetic heart connection with. Interestingly as well, I'm just looking, all of your cards are up the right way, Leo. Every single one. You don't have a single card in reverse here, which for me is all very kind of like forward motion, doing the right thing, following your right path, knowing what you're doing. It's like there's no hold-ups, there's no misplacements. All very kind of positive, strong energy. Could also be as well that this person is realizing that it's too late, but they're also trying to kind of make you know that they're there, reaching out, shouting out, as I was saying, this kind of apology, but it may be too little, too late. So what have we got? We've got calmness. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear Lord, Lord, God, source, energy, creative, universe, whichever one you prefer to use. May your peaceful calm take over. Which is interesting because I was getting that with this energy here, that kind of reflective, calm, daydreaming, almost like daydreaming and creating your future. Leo, so I'll just hold that up. It's a beautiful card. It's got a hummingbird on it. Hummingbirds are known for joyfulness, especially in American native Indian mythology. So let's see what the Angel Guide Oracle is saying as well. A card for Leo, please, and the person that Leo has a energetic heart connection with at this time. Oh, before I forget, cusp energy of Leo, you're going to be at the 0 degree mark coming out of the Cancer energy, and if you're at the 29 degree mark, you're going to be heading towards the Virgo energy. So you have Guardian Angel, which for me is coming through quite like this card here, in fact. Following your star, your Guardian Angel is taking care of you, protecting you. Helping you to make the right decisions. So, Guardian Angel. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them since their soul's creation. Now your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. This angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on Earth, you danced across the stars together. Maybe this is what that's about. And it did feel as though you were kind of being drawn elsewhere. If you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and make you feel safe. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you always have their help, support and companionship available to you. I'll read the extended message. You are an independent soul and often find yourself trying to do everything on your own. But know that even just a quick prayer to your guardian angel can take away some of that pressure. Your angel wants to hear more from you. In order to support you fully, they must be invited to do so. But then no request is too much. Your angel guide was made for you and is dedicated to you. Take time today for an easy and informal conversation with them. Speak openly and in a heartfelt way about your life, any challenges you are facing and anything you need help with. Through that conversation, their help will find its way to you. When you draw this card, they want you to know they are with you. So if you've got a big decision to make, Leo, possibly like leaving something behind, leaving country behind, family behind, an ex-partner behind, then the guardian angel is saying they are there to guide you, listen to you, ask them for their help. So I'm going to leave the reading there and say thank you very much, Leo, for watching and listening. I hope that it has been of some help to you. I also hope that maybe you've learnt something through it as well. If you have, please could you thumbs it up for me, because that makes a huge difference to the amount of people who get to actually see the video. The more thumbs up it gets, the more it gets put out into the bigger YouTube world, the more people get to see it. It can get recommended on other people's channels as well. And then it's kind of more people will actually take notice of videos that are recommended, and they're more likely to come back to the channel to view other things on the channel too. So it's just a huge help. It's why all YouTubers are always going on about thumbs up on our videos. So that would be great. And thank you very much to those of you who have already thumbs up my videos. I really do appreciate it. And thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to my channel already. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please could you also do that as well, because I am trying to grow my channel. I haven't been here for the last 3 months, as I've been explaining since I came back. I had a massive transit with Saturn, Mercury and Mars. It happened almost immediately after the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in December. That was the last video I did, because everything just came to a screeching halt. It was just like, no more. So for about those 3 months, I was kind of going through that energy, and it just felt the easiest thing to do was not to try and push anything. So I waited. And now I'm back and I'm ready to move on and do all the videos as I used to do. I do all the full moon, all the new moon videos, both the astrology and the tarot readings for them. Also all the zodiac signs, and I do have a playlist as well if you're interested, that is up there with everything on there. Just, yeah, if there's anything that resonates with you, there's no dates, there's no times on my videos, because crap happens all the time and it kind of can happen to anybody. So no specific dates or anything, but if you watch a video, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be your sun sign. It could be your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign, and if you are a cusp element, then it could also be this sign before or after your energy as well, depending on which end of that sign you are at, as I was saying previously. So I'm going to leave it there. Again, very much appreciate you being here, and thank you very much for listening. And hopefully, Leo, I'll see you again. Take really good care of yourself. I was just about to say as well, please share. It just came into my head. If you feel that anybody else you know out there may benefit from this, please share it with them. And also, if you feel like it, leave me a comment as well, because I am going to get back into reading comments and answering people too. So please leave me a comment. It's nice to get some feedback and know how people are resonating with what I'm doing again. Thank you very much. Take care.